Welcome back to Down to the Roots. This episode is going to take you back to last October, where you'll be joining Cage as he pursues mule deer out in western Kansas.
Alright, well, we're headed out here to western Kansas, basically the state line of Colorado, and only about 9 miles from Nebraska. Got about 5,000 acres of private land, and here there's quite a few mule deer up there, and whitetail. Maybe aren't as plentiful as mule deer, but we'll see what we find. Two either species, and hopefully get on some coyotes too. Well, it is the first morning here in western Kansas. The farmer was kind enough to let us stay in his camper last night, and gave us a map, told us where to go. Maybe. I don't know where to go. You gotta find the right plane to get out of here.
I think it's back that way.
And so we're gonna go do some exploring. Right up that way. Or what?
I don't know.
Shit. And oh, it's by that line.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going here.
Alright.
And we're gonna go find some mule deer.
Yep.
Yeah, but so, seen some turkeys to start out with, kind of up near the farmyard, and we kind of made our way through the hills and everything, and found this big wheat field up on top, and there are deer tracks everywhere. So we decided we were gonna, maybe find a trail or something, find somewhere to sit that night, and just see kind of what happens. Like I said, we really weren't sure what to expect. But as we were sitting there on the edge of the field, kind of looking out over the canyon, it wasn't too long before I spotted some deer bedded up on the other side. I think we counted somewhere around 8 does there at the first spot where we saw deer. I had one tag. I could shoot a doe or a buck, and I really wasn't going to be that picky, except that counted as my Kansas tag for whitetail or mule deer. So I really wanted a buck. So with it being the first day, obviously, we kept looking. As we kind of looked further down the canyon, we found a forky bedded up on the other side. We were finding that they like to hide up in the shade on the other side, and as the sun kind of went around the canyon, they'd kind of move around just to stay in that shade. And I was like, well, there's got to be a bigger one somewhere in here.
He is bigger than the last one. He's taller.
After watching that deer for a while, it wasn't necessarily a big one, and we knew that, but he would have been a good one to shoot as my first mule deer. So we just kind of hung out there. We weren't going to get in a hurry. We weren't going to risk bumping other deer, so we just stayed put and decided that we're just going to see how it played out. I would shoot him, but I wasn't going to work too hard to make it happen, just on the off chance that we would scare something else.
What do you think? You gonna get him?
Keep an eye on him.
He's big. Right on.
So now we had this buck that we had been watching for a while. We'd already decided he was, a borderline shooter, and he was in the perfect position for a spot and stalk.
He just bedded down.
Yep. He's killable, dude.
Yeah, he's not bad. Okay, so I've been watching this buck,
like I said, I know he's not huge, and if I get up there and I decide he's not even as big as I think he is, then, I can always back out. But as of now, I think I'm going to go up there and do what I can. It's not going to affect any other deer. And if I decide I don't want to kill him, it ain't going to matter either way. So, if I spook him or not. So, anyway, we'll give this a shot.
I can just remember being on the other side there from Logan and realizing that it looked completely different over there from what we had been looking at, and I had no idea where the deer was. And so I kind of had to try to communicate with Logan, which that wasn't really easy to do, being so far away. And it took me a while, but as my heart kept beating and I kept getting closer, I really felt confident in the fact that I was going to get this deer. So I was basically shooting straight down at this deer, and I didn't really think about the angle. I was just kind of, thinking he was 30 yards away, and I hit, kind of up in his neck area, and wasn't quite as good of a shot as I wanted, but it still did the job, and he bled out really quick right there. Pretty sure he's done. So, finally, didn't quite make the shot I wanted on him, but I think he's finally done. So we're gonna get our hands on him for the first time. There we go. Yeah, not quite the shot I wanted, but for my first mule deer, my first day of mule deer hunting, period. An awesome spot and stalk hunt. Couldn't have got any better at all. We saw this, well, we first saw 6 does down further north, and so we kind of made a move up here. Ended up seeing a forky a little bit that way, and said, well, let's go one more hill over, and looked up, and this buck was bedded kind of up in a draw up that way, and I said, well, it's the first day, so I don't want to push too hard, so we're not going to go over there, but if he comes over here, we'll try to get in position to shoot him. And he did that. He came right up to us, as you saw, and yeah, he's dandy. Wow, that's cool, man. That's cool. Big body deer, dude. They really do have big body. It really couldn't have worked out any better, and having it happen on the first day was just an awesome feeling to accomplish something like that. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to go out and do something like that, especially on video. That was really cool. I have to thank Logan again for going with me and sitting up on that hill for several hours. And it was just a really, really awesome hunt, really beautiful land, and I can't wait to get out there next year.
Well, that's all for this episode. Our next episode will feature Jacob Goins and his 2015 Kansas buck.
So come back and join us next time as we feed your hunting obsession, along with ours, all the way down to the roots. Hands out of your mouth.